But I don't want no tea. It gives me a headache.
Oh, what shall we have then?
Coffee.
Hey everyone, I'm going to show you something I'm working on the past hour. These are the parts, as you can see, to make one piece of 6 suspension parts. I knew this was going to be a lot of work, and it's fine. But check this out. Let me get something to point with. You've got to attach this part. This attaches with the 2 springs. See how they're opposite right there? Let me move this over a little bit. So, well, hold on. Let me show you something. Here is the plans. I don't know if you can see. You've got to take all the parts I have right there and assemble them with 1 or 2 hands. and here, hold on. You can only glue this piece right here in the center onto here, because you have to allow this that goes into here and in there has to pivot. So everything's got to pivot. So the only thing holding these things on is right here. And whee! This is, excuse me, my nose is a little stuffed up. So right here, hold me so I can switch it around for you a little bit. Hold on. Oops, anyway, hold on. Let me see if I can zoom this in for you. Right there in the back, that's not glued. You only glue it right here on the front where these 2 holes are. Because if you don't, then the suspension will never move. So this pivots, I'm sorry, I'm out of frame. This pivots here, like this. And I've got to do this with 2 hands. But I think I can do it. I know other guys have done it. I'll do it. And I gotta do this 5 more times. 5. 6 total. Wow. But it's gonna look really nice. I don't have the rubber tires on. I'll do that later. But it's gonna be neat. It's gonna look really nice when it gets done. And these parts are very well detailed. To cut them out, there's no problems. In some aspects, it looks like it's going to be tough on you, and it looks like the parts will be, the sprues where they attach will be a problem, but if you cut them carefully, they're not seen, and you can sand them smoothly, and it's no big deal. Just cut away from them, because this is dragon plastic, and dragon plastic is very, not brittle, just very soft. When you cut it, it leaves marks, so cut it away from it, then use your X-Acto blade to cut off any excess and sand it smoothly. I've been using my round sanding. This is a white one. This is this low. This is, I think that's like a 220 or 320. And then I've been using this also, and this has 2 different on each side. So they're tiny. They're good for tight spaces. Anyway, I thought I'd show you that. I'll get back to you later when I finish it and show you how it looks. Well, I'm back and I got it all together. As you can see, it was really fun to do. It did take 2 hands with a gentle touch. You had to put parts on. Luckily, the friction on some of the plastic parts, like where the springs are in here, was able to hold it. I'll show you. Right here, these parts here, was able to hold in with friction. I slid the brass bar here over to this side, slipped the long side into it as I was holding these pieces down here into the holes there. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I know, sorry guys, it's late at night, I'm tired, but I did get together. No problem. I was able to put on the wheels just to take a look at it. They slip right on. Hold on. Oops. They do, I swear. It's hard to do this one-handed. But anyway, these slip on real easy. There we go. There we go. So, it looks really nice. These wheels, the rubber, are very easy to clean up. 2 little areas, you just gotta cut them, and then use your X-Acto knife, cut a little excess off, sand them, and they fit on really nice. It does not work. I mean, it looks like it's a working suspension, but really, I wouldn't recommend playing with it. I'd leave it just down like that. I wouldn't sit there and try to make an articulate suspension. They are not that user-friendly. But it's alright. It's no big deal. Everything, only I had to glue on, well, is this little piece right up front top here. I had to glue that down as I held both of these on the top. And I was able to put a little instant glue on the 2 holes for that, glue that piece down, and it held. So it does go together very nice, like it would work. But once you try and work it, it doesn't. The springs inside this part right here, they don't compress all the way, but you have to play with them to get them to spring back out like they are right now. Otherwise, they close all the way and the wheels go up, and it's kind of tough. But I'll tell you what, it wasn't too bad. I like the looks of it. It looks phenomenal. I mean, just beautiful. It just is a work of art. Dragon did a wonderful job with the suspension, the way it looks. It's not working, but that's all right. I didn't plan on it working. Yes, you could probably set it up to make it work on, say you're going across a rock or something like that. You could probably bend this, make it close, make the one wheel go up more than the other if you wanted to. You can do that. But it's just a lot of hassle. You could end up breaking it to try to do that. So I would recommend that you build it. It looks fantastic. It'll paint up real nice. I'll paint it without the rubber on there. I'll probably have to sand these wheels once I do that. I may mask them off ahead of time too, just so that the wheels will slip back on. I'll also probably, on the inside of the wheels, on the inside of this, when I go to spray them, I'll probably put a long rod with double stick tape on it, or tape wrapped backwards, so they glue on, and they stick onto that rod, and then I'll paint them. And if any light sanding on the inside, I'll go ahead and do that. That's no big deal. They'll still look wonderful. Other than that, these even have, I don't know, I can't see it right now. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Where's the lettering? There's actually lettering. I don't know if you can see it or not. Probably not. Right there's lettering, and it is very minute, but it looks so nice to be on there, to be stamped on there. Other than that, everyone, I really enjoyed doing this. It's going to take a long time to do the other 5, but you know what? In the long run, it'll be really worth it. It'll look so nice. And you go to contests, see guys do all this kind of work, and you realize, you don't realize how much work goes into it. There really is a lot, and I now have a bigger and better appreciation of guys who spend the time to do this kind of work. It really is something else, and this is just the first part of the build, so I got a long ways to go, but you know what? I'm going to enjoy every part of it. I've always wanted to do this, so this M-51 Isherman 73 version, I've got a Legend update kit coming in the mail to change this to the 1973 version. I also found out they give you 2 different types of sprockets here. I found a picture of the 1973 with some gentlemen standing next to the tank, and this is the exact sprocket. So the other sprocket is for the 67 version. This is the 73 version. So Dragon did another fantastic job with giving you extra parts. That's great. They give you the choice of either one, and it went together with 10X7 lately, and as you can see, it is beautiful. Other than that, here's the rear wheels, and they're just a little larger than these. So if I can show you the difference or not. Yeah, there you can see the difference right there. So enjoy, guys. If you decide to do this kit, it's a real nice kit. It's just going to take a while to do the suspension, and I think it'll be well worth the effort. For anyone who does this. It really is a very nice looking suspension. Alright, I'll come back later with some more. Alright, well, I've got an assembly line going for the last 5 of these to do. So I've already assembled some of these parts. As you can see, here's where the springs are being held and stuff. So I've already assembled and cleaned these Then I've got the main... actually, you know what? I got to cut more of these out. There's 2 on each side. That's one of those extras. I've got everything cut out to assemble everything, as you can see. So wish me luck. It's going to take a while, but it's no big deal. It's just assembly time, cleaning time, then assembly time. So it should be no problem to get this done. Just time consuming. But other than that, I'll get back with you when I've got them assembled and show you what the finished products look like. Alright, I goofed on the last one. These are all the parts I need to make the 5 remaining bogie assemblies. Look at all those parts, from the wheels to the back mount to the main strut there. Oh well, these are the arms struts. These are the pieces that hold the springs. I already assembled those. Look at all the little parts I have to do to make 5 more sets. Woohoo! Alright, just wanted to show it to you. I'll get back to you when you gotta include these too. All the springs and the tubes. So basically, these are all cleaned up. Now it's time for assembly. Like I said, the parts I used to clean up are simple. Basic tools, sanding sticks, mainly sanding sticks, my X-Acto knife. And the X-Acto knife I used a lot on the tiny parts to get rid of the seam lines. A lot of seam line cleanup, but that's normal for all models. You just got to clean them up. It's just where the two halves to come together and it forms the injection mold. No biggie, brand new blade. Always use a brand new blade when you start something like this. It makes a big difference. Alright, I'll be back, like Arnold would say. I want to get this done, but I am enjoying it. I enjoy building more than anything else. I've always liked to assemble stuff. It's just neat. Okay, I'll be back with them finished, hopefully. Dun, da, da, da. I'm finished. Yay! All 6 are done. Look at that. Yeah, I'm very happy. It actually, once you've done the first one, it's kind of like, whoa, I started on this side here, held that up against this back piece here, had the little top here flipped backwards, put the metal rod on it. Then I was able to put the springs together, hold that with one hand with the springs back like this, bring this piece in, attach to the rod, and slide it into the holes down here. So it takes a little bit. I did have one of them shoot the spring and the part across the room, and I can't find the spring. No big deal. I did find the part, because you have to have the part, but the spring's hidden anyway, and I was able, I don't know if it was this one, which one it was, but yeah, it collapses on this side, but if you just push it out with a toothpick, it looks perfect. I did, since I'm not going to do any articulated suspension, I did on the back here where the shock, or the shock, well, if you want to call them shocks, attached to these, I put some 10x7 on there, and I put some 10x7 where this attached. I did glue this piece on with some super glue, but just to make sure, I put a little 10x7 on the back there. This is real sturdy, they won't fall apart. So I also glued the metal part here, the rod of the tubing right here where it meets the small part. I just pulled it back a little bit, and then put a little super glue on and pulled it forward a little bit, and that's nice. If you don't, then this tends to push down and wobble and move around. So there you go. I am very happy. This is fantastic. I'm so happy this is done. This is a tedious part. You saw all the parts that came with it. And then, my tracks back here, a lot of parts cutting out. It's very tedious work. So I got the hard stuff and the junk stuff out of the way first, which is really what I wanted. Get the hard stuff over with, and you'll enjoy the rest of the model. Like I said, watching TV, watching movies, whatever, it makes a big difference. Just sit around, you listen to it while you're working. Like I said, these aren't as bad as they seem to be. Putting them together, yes, you use the 2 fingers, you end up holding it like this. To get that last little piece on, you use your other hand, and you're holding it like this. And then you use your other hand and put that little piece in to match up 1, 2, 3, 4 holes to put that piece in. It just takes a little practice. It's no big deal. but it's well worth the effort to see these put together. They are just awesome. I mean, just look at that detail. I mean, it's just really superb. Not only, but on the A arms down here, the support arms, there's some lettering back in there. Very, very well detailed. I'm surprised that I didn't have any more problems. So, the next thing to do is I'll airbrush these in the future by themselves. I'll mask off the back or just do something where the glue, or I'll scrape the glue off later on. It's no big deal. And I'll spray paint the bottom hull, and other pieces I'll I'll airbrush, spray paint, airbrush, whatever. This part separately, these separately, everything will be separate. And then I'll glue them all together. That way when I put the upper hull on, I'll have the tracks on, I'll have everything done on the lower hull, and it'll be a lot less time consuming for me to have to use an airbrush to try and get around all these parts, try not to paint the tracks and all that stuff. Alright, well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know how exciting I can be when I build stuff. Woohoo! If you have any questions or comments, please post them down here on the comment stuff. Or if you want to personal message me, that's fine too. But I really am enjoying this. Yes, it's a lot of work, but in the long run, it will be worth it. It'll look really great. Okay, I'll talk to you all soon.